favorite hunts is always a late season hunt with a muzzleloader. We've got a deer been hitting this food plot for the last 2 or 3 evenings.
Presents ScentBlocker Most Wanted. Brought to you by Bossy Oak. It's not a passion, it's an obsession. ScentBlocker, close enough to kill. Browning, the best there is. Ford and your quality Ford dealers. Tree Spider Safety System. Light, easy, fast, safe.
This week on ScentBlocker Most Wanted, we're following the story of Bob's Illinois deer season. A story that started in the summer and ends in a cloud of smoke. As you know by now, we do a lot of work on our Illinois farms to make it a haven for deer. Throughout the growing season, the guys spend more time in our Whitetail Institute food plots than they do in the office. And while they're farming, they're also checking in with our silent partners, the cuttybacks.
Well, that deer there is the same buck we've been seeing. Yeah. A couple different of our cuttybacks, but look at this guy here. Oh, yeah. Look at that. That is, look at the G2s and G3s. That's a toad. Yeah, sure. That was at 5:29 in the morning. That's a mid 140, maybe 150-inch deer. He's trying to be a 10-pointer, but well, what a pretty deer he is.
Let's go check the rest of these cameras.
This past year, the drought that gripped the Midwest really took a toll on our deer. The velvet bucks we saw early in the season spent most of the summer off of our farm and in the river bottoms. But by October, the rains were coming back, and so were the bucks. By November, Bob was calling his most wanted list the smorgasbord. You remember Beer Can? He was back. There was this tall 8, a nice 10 with some trash, and another clean 10. The only thing was, all of them seemed to be nocturnal. Now we all know this happens. You spend hours in the stand with nothing happening, and then right before dark, the deer show up. Unfortunately for Bob, that pattern was going to persist throughout bow season. In the trees or on the ground, he wasn't seeing anything.
This segment of ScentBlocker Most Wanted is brought to you by Matthews, catch us if you can, and by Rage, leading the evolution in lethal technology.
The drought of 2012 affected people, industries, and animals all across America. And it made Bob's bow season seem like a bad dream that just won't end. Even though he had plenty to choose from on his most wanted list, none of them were showing up during shooting hours. But luckily for Bob, gun season was right around the corner.
The sound of the woods in the morning with the sunrise, what a beautiful thing. You know, this is probably one of my most anticipated, most exciting, shooting ducks in the background, turkeys gobbling in November. Again, one of the most exciting hunts of the year for me. This is my hometown, the state of Illinois, the first 3 days of the Illinois gun season. And, you know, we have got probably 6 deer this year that's on our most wanted list off of this farm right here. And 5 of them are bucks that I was after last year. They have been pretty elusive, but, you know, the acorn crop is not what it was for the last 2 years. Our Whitetail Institute food plots are right down off the ridge, and these deer are moving between there and their bedding area up over the top of this ridge. So we feel like we're kind of catching them in between that area, and hope too that there's a strong rut and the bucks are chasing the does. And what we'll tell is time.
That's a good attitude, Bob, because the way things are going, you're gonna need a lot of time. No deer movement at all the first day, but Bob was back in the stand early for day 2.
Gained up, man. You gotta kill him though, man. You gotta kill him. Gotta come down. No, he's going down. He's going down. It's so thick in there. That goes a butt shot. You know, as this deer walked completely broadside, and I knew the lighting was low, and all I could think, and I kept asking Josh, whispering to him, how's our light, how's our light, low light, low light, and he's shaking his head, low light, low light. Finally, he kind of got it, what we call gained up, and you'll see the footage there, and you can kind of tell it kind of pixelated, kind of grainy looking. It got into that stuff, and what did he do? Instead of coming down here, he turned and started working his way up. Well, from my viewpoint here, with these little small oak leaves and that there, all I had was kind of a, I guess I'll put it bluntly, a butt shot. And it was so thick, and when he finally got turned, bunch of little saplings, bunch of trees. And I just made the choice at 80, 90 yards not to be just slinging a piece of lead through the trees. Oh, how tempting, how frustrating.